think that's PSG trying to remove the sort of Robbie opening impact. Anything that can stop Robbie, great.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you want to put all your eggs into one basket. I think Falcons are a team that's not just Robbie. Like,
yeah, you've got guards in the vending machine to cover their retreat as well, so they're not going to get themselves sort of like entirely picked out. It's more grenades, more utility, and they almost missed the moment. They do get the secure, but if PSG
Talon absolutely will need the next pick. Vital. They're all stacked together. It's going to be hard to actually funnel in through because of those Vulcan canisters. Soldier does indeed find the kill onto Dove, so it suddenly opens up the door. But the time will be the biggest factor, unfortunately, for PSG Talon here. Yes, they got the extra player. Still so much utility available for Falcons. Only 30 seconds to make the push. Got to get the next couple of kills.
They send it right into Guard's guarding, and he's able to push himself in. He sprays through, as I said, with Hasham getting the back end of Yas. They just did not have enough time. The swing into the... Those here on the top of the yellow are about to find themselves under the first bout of pressure as the vertical falls to their favor. It's a wider fight that Ryder's got to win, but he lost this last time. Will it be the revenge? It's a double C4 and a shotgun pop. Twice in a row, Jalad has been able to take care of Ryder with the same gun in probably a similar way, but now 30 seconds, 2 C4s, 1 more for Guards to get himself the third, and that is that right way in towards a problem that Falcons have created.
Well, they brought the Twitch this round, so that's helped them in terms of the utility battle towards the site. 40 seconds now. Good shot and contact. Misa will find the opening pick onto Guards, and this is a little bit better from PSG Talon. They're actually now in a position where they can take these fights moving into the site, unable to do that in the opening 2 rounds.
There's a shotgun ready to go, and once again, it finds itself a connection here. Falcons have been so deadly on the close angles. Jalad gets one round the back, and round the back we go. Robbie gets the double, and PSG Talon are adrift in a sea of Falcons here who just say, all right, time's done. Rotate round the back, and I mean, wow, this might be finding the way to get the most of it. He's tucked himself in close on the corner, and he changes off, and he's baited into it. Guards prepped and ready.
Good bait.
Saves the shell. There's one more for his tally.
Middle of the round contact fight. So Talon in the opening 3 rounds had a lot of it on their plate, but now Falcons have flipped the script and they've found a way to get aggressive. Robbie shuts down Yas. Talon, yeah, but the next 2 rounds incredibly crucial. And a jump out from Hasham. Ryder is dead. Hasham does get traded, but
mobile in their defense here. And, you know, as I said before, that's where they've been able to press them. PSG Talon, they're having to check and recheck. Guards checks Yas out of the building. Finds the cut here on towards the long bench, and now once again you can see because the defense is so mobile, the operator's
Talon need to hit side then.
Exactly.
You need to hit side.
They need to stop playing into this game that Falcons are doing, where they're moving themselves around there, changing it. There's a great take from above. We have a minute. They've got
in towards Piano. Gotti just got to stick that plant down successfully. If he does so, it's going to be very difficult for Falcons to get back into this, and they're going to double push together. Plant has not been denied, but it will be a free kill. They should know very well that they need to clear up above. They lose 1, and Dove now in a 1v2.
This is a very tricky position if PSG Talon play it right. They're spraying through. They can't get the connection, but there it is.
If you can kind of keep Miso in towards Piano, get the floorboards opened up, that can help a lot, but that's not going to be an option now. And you got Robbie on the roam. Beautifully watched, though, and won by Gotti. And with that, Talon suddenly find themselves with the player advantage.
30 seconds, though, and this is the moment where it's sort of sunshine or rain that might be about to fall on the parade. There's Guards locking himself down inside. Takes care of Ryder, who really has struggled to get his teeth into this opening half of this opening map. They have the crossfight. They have the fire. This 15 seconds is going to feel like 3 by the time they get through, but there's Soldier getting the first. The pillar power position of Dove is on one side. Hasham's on the back. There's the spray. They just didn't check it. 5 seconds, as I said. There's the break, and he looks away at the worst possible time. Can he even get in the building? I do not think so. In towards the gauntlet of the fight yet. Obviously, the pressure of time is now on the side, but this is a sort of setup to a quick take. The pressure is on the back end. They've got themselves on towards console window, and Jalad, well, he's found the head, and this is the break, right? Immediately on towards the pressure. Misa finds Dove in the meantime, stops them being able to just flood themselves through, past bathroom, past the break on towards the console desk itself. But at this point, what PSG Talon have is no eyes.
Still got this drone up as well. Finally, shot down for good. Is Gotti in a position, though, to get this Nitrocell over up into CO? The answer to that is no. Trying to push up close to Soldier. Does get the kill onto Jalad. And Hasham is down, leaving Robbie and Guards as the duo against the 3 of PSG Talon. We talk about this default plant position that if it is successfully planted, it is very difficult to retake, but Talon do have the numbers.
Hashom is still down. They don't want to risk trying to get him up at this point. They know they just need to watch it. The win condition is the kit. Now they have the extra player on the wall, but they were watching and waiting. They bought themselves a moment, but at this point, PSG Talon, you need to try and lock it in, but you've lost everybody, Robbie! Some of them it's at the start, and some of them it's the end. They still have 4 games in a row, but for PSG Talon, it's actually dead on, bang on in the middle. And they open up with their 2 technically easiest games, but this one is not easy at all so far. And then they follow up onto RazaH, so their story could be done in some ways in the opening 2. Soldier finds guards. We know is about to be the game. They have a good idea. The pings are coming through, and he somehow wins it. Bottom to the top, but traded out. There's RazaH getting one more. That was brilliant for a split second from Hashom, but unfortunately, he couldn't quite take all of the bodies that PSG Talon had stacked up on towards the doorway itself. A minute 30. They're at the man disadvantage, and they're going to try and come in from the same doorway, but it's straight through the soft. Well, talk about it. You know, be like, that was silly. Be like, Hashom, that was insane. How'd you get that kill? 2, it stops PSG Talon being able to go, right, let's set back up. Let's go in. It makes them a bit colder.
I mean, can I say, though, as well, I don't think Misa should be getting overly aggressive, though, on the smoke. Does find one, but traded immediately.
I mean, pick up. Let's move to the next job. They are taking things on an individual sort of basis, but with a team dynamic. There's a C4 back. Yes. Finds Jalad, gets a little bit of a lockdown. 40 seconds. It's 3 versus 3. There's still some bits of utility, but you're looking.
Well, main breach is getting stalled out because of the Zoto canisters. So, yes, they did lose Misa, who still had a gas wave available, but clearly the emphasis for PSG Talon actually coming to fruition. This time dilation has been positive. They've still got main breach locked down because of those Zoto canisters. It will get open with 20 seconds remaining, but this is exactly what Talon wanted.
Where is this Maestro camera? Could this be a break here? They're tucking themselves in on the plant, and the call comes through. So they're knocked out of it. Now they're able to try and swap their way around, but they don't have a shot. They fully relied on it, and now it's a cover, a sprint and a swing, and a 3 versus 1. But guards, he's had a couple of big moments just before. He's 10-4 as well. He gets himself tucked. He's going to try and watch for the cross. Bit of barbed wire damage, and he's just going to spray onto it. Gives his position away. Now he's going to pick up sticks, find a new home, and a place to rotate here.
Watch breach, watch breach.
On the breach, he's behind you, my friend. They're going to get some of the audio. It's an easy pull apart, and guards picks himself up. Move around. It's a 3 versus 1. Please work like it's a 3 versus 1. He swings as he's reloading for a second there. They get the plant. They get the defuse.
5v5 at this point in the round.
There is a C4 and a Vault cam. They're going to try and lead it through. They're going to not be able to withstand the smoke there, and that's some very precious damage done to your man with the kit, because now he's even more susceptible. He's going to tuck himself back in, but surely this C4 will be the next connection. That smoke
Where's the gas bait?
Do some response. Do some push. It gets it finally. At the thinnest possible margin. We talk about it before, and there's a cold kit with 20 seconds. They've got to try and throw themselves in here. The final divide I talked about before has proven itself insurmountable once again. A 1 versus 4. PSG Talon just locked it down.
That's better. That's much better for PSG Talon. As you can see it in Fabian's reaction, we've gone now through 10 rounds in which you haven't won a single one, where you have the opening pick. Dov with the opening pick onto Gotti. Finds a second, though. I thought maybe following that statistic, it could be a good thing for Talon, but no, not to be. They have been shredded. The pace has been amped up here from Falcons. This is what they are capable of, Emmy. At a moment's notice, they can just flip the dial all the way to maximum, hunt them down flawlessly, taking out PSG Talon. A little bump in the road.
They buffed with the interaction of how his gadget works, how quick it can work, and you know, all that stuff, and then it's like, oh, it's dangerous. These first step in. It was something that PSG Talon were using a bit, but I wouldn't say. To a 5 versus technically 1, because one of those 2 on the site was Clash. There is a take. Hashom removed by Yas. Good angle, great gun. Take that engagement, and as he gets thrown out in a power position on towards blue, he's going to rotate. Misa aggressively playing the Clash above, went for some fact-finding adventures, but the only fact they found out is that bullets hurt as Robbie gets RazaH, gets locked down, and this is that encircling Falcons. The pace has been so continual. They're breaking their way in towards the site, and they pop around the corners unexpected. There's a little bit of back and forth, but now it is just the top floor, and he misses his moment. Oh, he almost caught one of them by surprise, but trigger discipline is not there for Gotti. A 3 versus 1 post plant, and I love how Falcons just kept stepping. Job, next job. They made sure that there was never a moment for PSG Talon here to breathe, and once again, pretty confident in saying that this is a round going Falcons' way.
I mean, the reality is a lot of the issues from Consulate immediately show up in the opening round here of Chalet. Now for PSG Talon, they lose the opening kill. So another one.
The E1D, they're moving slowly over the top. When will the drop come?
Oh, well, it's a double battle. Hasham got himself all tangled up coming out of Mudroom. Wanted to take the battle towards Library Stairs, but Gotti goes and grabs him. And with that, PSG Talon find a rare opening kill, but the advantage is no longer there. Lost immediately to the hands of Robbie with the next kill on to Soldier. Makes it a 4 versus 4. And again, I remind you of that statistic from Consulate. Talon have not won a single round where they've got an opening kill.
Now they're looking at the box potential plant here, and there's nothing really to long arm stop it. No C4s, but there is aggressive positioning. There goes. Kill on towards Ivy. Yas holds himself tucked. There goes the kill on towards the balcony with the kit. And at this point now, it's just that Gotti will suffer on the wrong side of it. Drift one step too far in. He didn't pull the trigger when he had an option.
I mean, Gotti's the only one with a Nitrocell as well. So not one that you would want to lose early. Opening pick for Falcons. Really no surprise there when it comes to what's been the case. I don't know where Misa is going on that Azami. Outside of the piano balcony, a man was waiting for him. Gotti will fall as well. No Nitrocells available. And it's a 5v2 just like that. Falcons, they just sweep through in the opening portion of this third round. Dominance from them. When it gets to this point in the round where Falcons are roaming around and they're pushing and they're looking for kills, PSG cannot go with them.
I mean, what a systematic shutdown it's been. It's now a 1 versus 1 on the site, but you know very quickly it's not going to be. There it is, a swing round, and Falcons, a beautiful take there. Spot behind the wall itself on the barrel. Here's the drop from above. Here's the cover of the plant. Here's the fight. The Blackbeard hopped up on towards the top itself. Cannot find the fight. They're inside and out. Immediately back and forth. They're waiting for the swing round. Moved into a frag grenade, but at this point, they're just clarifying the space into theirs at this throw in. 3 versus 2. Round the back of blue, a 3 versus 1. Once again, +1/+2 was Hasham. He ended up even for the game. Now, look at him. Although he does die when I make the comment, he's still 3-1 since the rehost.
Gets a freebie.
Huge player.
No, you had the pick. Wait, what?
He won. What? And that is the thing about Blackbeard. There's the swing round. They're going to try and get the stick in the plant at this point. He's not entirely in sort of contest for it. He's baiting the motion. It's another aggressive fight, and he should be dead 4 times over at this. The C4 finally ends him. And there's Yas on the split, but you know, it starts here. The groundwork for any of your future games is made just before it. They've been able to get themselves in towards the library here. They're focusing potentially on the drop, but as they level up the kills, it's 20 seconds. It's a late last-second push, and there's an Echo drone and a Frost Mat that doesn't quite get the catch. They're looking towards the default, but the pings are there. There is an Echo. Please stops the plant. Now they're going to have to try again. Double it down, move the drone, and move the second into position. They've played this well, but there's the drive! Swung round and Hasham! Then swung onto it, and then you have the last player that's at the bottom of the blue. I mean, it's just a missed moment and a misnomer. There's at least one traded back out. Robbie gets an immediate with guards getting one more on the tail end of it. It's an opponent detected outside as Robbie is drifting about and dropping bodies here. A 4 versus 1 out of absolutely nothing.
Yeah, wow.
That has come on towards the back of this push. They did not let them in this build. Pinch on the back end. They have to try and operate this together. It's the biggest problem we've talked about with PSG Talon before.
Hello?
And he's caught in the bar!
Oh, it's basic,
you
Soldier.
Just got washed. The second might be about to find the scrub and the follow through. The C4 hits the back end of the Solarium strewn stairs. But I mean, it's at least a pick back up. But what else have you lost from it? You've lost that Blackbeard, you've lost the push, you've lost Soldier, you're losing a bit of the plot here as Dove pushes himself out the map itself.
I mean, Robbie can't believe his eyes when he just watches the Blackbeard waltzing through bathroom, doesn't do the simple check towards Jacuzzi. I mean, honestly, nicely done from Gotti, but he's also going to be a little bit cleaner early. You can look to is that one of their most recent additions to the roster is playing well. But just as a team, they just don't look in sync. I mean, even that from Dov, easy peek. Yas is expecting the right side flank, comes on the left. Hasham to finish it off, and Falcons
really have a huge amount of removing it outside of the frag grenades if Soldier wants to risk and utilize it. There goes Robbie.
This is a winnable round for Talon. I feel like they've got not only the opening pick, but I love the operator lineups that they've actually brought. Shot on the hash.
Is played almost perfectly against anyone but a Blackbeard, but the Blackbeard is able to hold himself out. Guards put down to, I was going to say half, and then even less. The grenade finishes them off. They try and flood themselves back in. Dov and Jalad, all that's left, and they retake, but they don't look through themselves into a waiting shark, and the last fight is Yas's to take.
Better.
There's a bit of
less ability to defend the site.
Yas takes a lot of damage as they throw in the first Candela. It's a self-kill by Dov, probably in the blind of the Ying, you assume. Solotov? I don't even know. He's not even in this game. Soldier! Too busy thinking about BDS. Soldier is able to take care of the one. Jalad gets one right back, but is caught out as he tries to flee his way out of bedroom. Now at this point with the other shoulder of support, but they've got to watch everything. A minute 10, the plant is being attempted. It's one of the only times we've seen this actually hit the ground, and it will be confirmed as well. PSG Talon, their first plant statistic comes together here on a round where they're rebuilding, they're refighting, and they're reshaping themselves into a team that is competitive.
And I will be impressed.
Well, there's the breakthrough, and there's a player entirely caught out. They're gonna just be pushed towards the side, and oh, they tried to double down! There's the crossfire, a second too late, and Soldier finds Dov, but the impact is gonna open up the wall itself. They don't quite have the cross angle, but if he loses that engagement, well, he just tried to find himself too aggressive, punished on the back end of it, and now 30 seconds, a 3 versus 2. They've lost the Echo, who could have been a big bit of utility here.
Guard's still inside a bar stock, though, with the Nitrocell. Love this position, can watch the drop. Not a lot of time here for Talon to sort of pivot around. Nitrocell does go up, but it's missed the mark completely. Mudroom now for Hashem. Needs to get involved. May go for the jump out and try and swing on the other side of Big Window. Guard's losing his life in bar stock, though. Makes it very difficult for Hashem. No longer that site control whatsoever for Falcons. Makes a bang. Not enough to find the kill, and that's going to have to be a fallback for Guards. That was also the one and only Nitrocell. Gotti looking to slip in towards bar. That's Kit down as well. Double kill for Falcons. They've got themselves a significant little advantage now because of where that Kit is located. It is in a bad spot. It's in a bad way.
3-3 though. There's a little bit of a back and forth, and Jalad is trying to hold on to one room. He's watching over the Kid, as you said, but he knows that they've pushed themselves in. Whichever team can formulate a structure here to react.
Soldier! ST can be controlled here by Talon. This should be a free kill. Yas is watching and waiting as the Kid goes down in towards bar. Oh, Hashem! Well, he flips it around and he does find the head onto Yas, who was not expecting the push-up fireplace stairs. 2v2, post-plant scenario.
Now they know the Skopos is trying to make their way around onto blue. They're pinching the player out here, and it leaves Ryder in a sticky situation. How can he get support? He's got to fight his way out. He finds it! Now it just leaves Hashem trying to get this locked out in regular time here. He's still got a chance of OT, but the pistol pops out. But you're against the Blackbeard. The Blackbeard locks it in! PSG Talon from the ground.
I mean, this is a big change-up, right? So a lot of the things that Falcons were winning, they're no longer. Opening kills being one of those. I mean, that was the most damning statistic. Invitational.
Okay, the Monty's going to trade places, and someone's in a frost mat right behind him, picking himself up because they're worried about the swing, and there it is.
Good
But
cover.
Guards
Good cover.
on the guard, had the weight and pulls it back. 4 versus 4, and they have the eyes on the site. They might just try and stick this, but Yas stops Robbie on the back end. They're waiting for the hold. It's a narrow angle, once again played with as Jalad takes a lot of damage on the split round. There's the end because of the blood trail. Picks back up, but 2 versus 4. They're knocked round and about either side of it. They're stacked, but they're most importantly not letting them get the plant. They're inside the site looking for a second, but they have to keep their guard and their guards up. They're, eyes on the fight, eyes on the cover. Hashem does a great bit of motion round on the back. It's a 2 versus 3, and now a post plant with a Monty.
I'm a little bit shocked here. It was a 2-on-4. I mean, Talon have actually just thrown this away. Hashem wins the battle against Soldier, and like that, it's suddenly a 1v1. Soldier unable to help out before in the Legion. It's down to Ryder as Hashem's down low. Ryder did tap it already, which gave away his position. Back on it once again, expecting to push. He's down! He gets the down! Ryder isn't fully aware of it, but it is 7-6 now as PSG Talon are going to get themselves a map point as they go up in OT.
You are at SI. You're a team that's earned your spot Now prove it. The cover goes, and there's the first.
Onto Robbie.
Robbie gone again.
9 overall. He was sensational on Consulate, started really well on Chalet.
Yeah.
But over the last 5 to 6 rounds, he has been largely irrelevant. Big pickup from Jalad, who is picking up the pieces along with Ashram. So we know Falcons as a roster aren't just the Robbie show. They've got firepower across the board, shown there by guards as he gets the double kill. And just like that, despite PSG Talon finding so much success over the last 5 rounds, it may still come down to one singular round as Falcons are looking to send us all 15. Soldier with a big kill, trying to play off the yellow ping, but not anything to be found here, unfortunately for Misa.
Did not find the connection there with the player. He has a good idea on where they all are, and they keep popping their heads up, but they don't want to hand this body back. They don't want to make it a 2 versus 2. Now, guards, he was able to step himself up. As I said, he wasn't the biggest player on this map until it mattered the most. Can the rest of the team try and push this one over the edge? Hasham has had a blinder of a map so far, and he is that difference factor. No! We call it at the worst possible time, and now they get themselves in, but look at the time. There goes Dov getting one. It's a Blackbeard versus 2.
Time.
He's got to try and find his way around, but he can't. We are going all the way.
Talon on defense are at their best when there's, you know, still 4 or 5 bodies up for them, and also the time factor is still in favor for them as well. So minute 10, Yas is just hiding top library. RazaH gets himself into a conflict, but it's only a 1-for-1. So even though RazaH does get at least 1 kill there, momentarily looks good for them, it's still the same position. With under a minute remaining, there's still 2 players down. Yas getting cleared out, wins the battle against Jalad. Thinks that maybe there's another one close by. He was right, but it is Guards that gets the kill. Checks for the player in Barstock, which is Soldier, who now has 3 players in front of him to try and salvage this round for PSG Talon. He cannot. Falcons can, and they take the series 2-0, avoiding